head movement, and slipping. The greatest form of defense in the ring due to its entertaining element and benefits. What makes some people so good at slipping and dodging the punches of their opponents? In this video, I am going to tell you what the greatest slippers have in common and what you could do to learn. Number 1. Keep your hands low. If there's one thing these guys like to do, it's to keep their hands low, which comes with several risks. But why do they do it? And does it have any benefits? It might look like they're trying to show off, and they probably are. But there is another reason they do this. Keeping your hands low allows you to focus entirely on defense, whilst also seeing the punches without having their guard in the way. It's also easier to move your head and body without having to focus on where your arms have to be. This also allows for unorthodox striking positions and loading up since the arms are already down. Number 2. Pre-move. Often the way fighters react to punches incoming is to wait for the punch, see the punch, and then move out of the way. But what the smarter guys do is that they move before the punch comes in. That way they're already halfway, and when the next punch is incoming, they only have to react the way their bodies do instinctually after training years of martial arts. Even if they move the wrong way, like towards a punch, they can still react faster because their body is in motion, and once you get into the zone, the body will move automatically. Number 3. Distance management. Really good fighters will always have a good sense of distance. The distance between their opponent, where they can get hit, where they can't get hit, and where they can hit their opponent. Using this distance continuously gives them a good way to know when they are in danger. This is why most fighters keep their hands down when they're far away from their opponent and start raising the guard once they come in. They can move in and out of range flawlessly and pick their opponent apart. Taking this to the next level, logically you can also know what punches can land and not. For example, if you're just in hitting range, you know that an uppercut can't land. That way you only have to watch out for hooks and straight punches. This also makes it easier. Combine this with angles and footwork and your opponent's got a puzzle in their hands. Which brings me to the next point. Number 4. Don't be straight. Utilizing angles and different positions is essential to being a good evader. This is because you will have the advantageous position. You will be in a place where you can punch, and they can't. They will have to turn to face you, and if the fighter is fast enough, he can step to a different angle while the opponent is adjusting. Utilizing footwork, angles, and head movement together is a super way to stay elusive. Number 5. Hit and don't get hit. Most fighters will either focus on attacking or defending. This is where the best defense boxers are better. They can focus on offense and defense at the same time. This is very important and a good way of beating your opponent.